And this is going to be a super quick video, and it's a video that's been long overdue, because for the last 20 years every car I brought in from Japan, I've taken out the binnacle, removed the speedo face and put on a fresh speedo face. 9 times out of 10 it's been 1 miles per hour on. Every so often, if it's a very unusual one, we've had one printed, we've made it ourselves. But I'm going to show you how easy and how quick it is to swap the face on a speedo. And we've got one there in kilometers per hour. We have got a new printed one with miles per hour and kilometers an hour, and we've got all the tools we're going to need, which I mean, there may be someone somewhere will be making specialist tools. 2 teaspoons, and that's it, and it's literally going to take 10 minutes if that. One thing I would advise, really clean hands. If you work with cars, it's not always the case that your hands are super clean, but they must be clean. They must be clean because you really don't want to leave a thumbprint on the face of the speedo, which is in front of you all the time when you're driving. It really is going to irritate you. Like I say, it's literally going to take a number of minutes, and it'll be interesting to see how long it takes. So let's get on with it. Let's talking. Right, so first thing we want to do is pop the glass off, and it's these little clips, and they just push in. Go this side, you see it start to raise. Got 3 on this side. Obviously can't do 3 at a time, but as you do that, that just lifts off. I'm going to do this, so I'm going to try and do this backwards. I'm not going to take the needles off upside down, but I'm going to try and do all this backwards so you can see better. Next one, we need to take this off so we can have access to the face, and this is the black ones. So 2 there, 1, 2, 3. And that's off. Put that one somewhere safe. Now I'm going to turn this around. You should be able to see still just as well. And with the speedo needles, so open over it like that. We are going to put one under either side, and it's literally something that you get used to doing. You get a feel for it, and you just start to lift. You can feel when it starts to move, and then you take the pressure off. What you would need to do on this one is don't put any pressure on the LCD screen, so it really needs to be under those 2 like that. Finger on there, and the finger there is literally just to stop it flying off. Okay, so that's those 2. I'm going to do these facing me, just so that I don't, because as much as I want you to see what's going on, I don't want to make a mess of it. Same principle as the larger ones. And sometimes it feels like it's not going to move. Just keep really slow, steady pressure. And it doesn't matter which large needle goes either side, which small needle goes either side, obviously. Obviously you can't put a big needle up on the temperature gauge, but if you're inclined to do that, maybe someone else should be doing this for you. So then, this is held in place by, I don't know if you can see there. Just at the top of each one of these, there's like a flat section. And this doesn't matter now, this will be discarded, this is no good to anybody. But there's a flat section at the top of each of these, and you probably can't see it, but you have like a lip on all 4 of those. So all 4 of these have got to sit under the lip, and then it's got to locate on these tabs. If you can see, the 3 tabs. So obviously leave it till the last minute to get these out. Now your speedo face, you do have an option. Multiple people make these. We get ours from Lockwood. However, there's nothing to stop you buying. Ours are all automatic, so you've got to make sure. It's the right one for your speedo face, because you can't put manual in it, obviously, because you won't have all the graduations that you need. But there's nothing to stop you getting one from a breaker and using that. We've used that in the past. But often people want for a binnacle. Sometimes more than you can get a speedo face for. From memory, these speedo faces are about, don't quote me on this, about £35. So it's not cheap, but it saves. What it does save is sometimes you'll see an imported car in kilometers per hour like this, and on the glass it will be, let me just think, they would normally put at 50, they would just write 30. At 60, which is about 90, they will write 60, and they will put little stickers on, or they will say to you it's unnecessary because you won't fail the MOT on it. And it's true, you won't fail the MOT on it, but with speed cameras you don't want to be driving along, see a speed camera, look down and start doing a maths equation. You want to look down and think, yep, I'm doing 30, or oops, need to slow down a little bit. No, it's only a little bit. You will get a ticket at 36 if you're driving at 30. Now, if the camera will zoom in on that, it's a tiny little, like a hollow tube, which goes onto the tiny pin at the bottom. You've got to make sure it goes over the pin. Really gentle with this step. Make sure it's on 0. And again, this is something that I've done so many times that you just get a feel for how firm you need to press it down. Temperature and fuel, exactly the same. Locate it, and for aesthetics you want the temperature, well, I'll just show you when I put this one on. You want the temperature to be, take a photo, take a note of it before you take your old one off. It wants to be just like that. And the fuel needle wants to mirror it. The fuel needle wants to be as close to that as possible. Just so that it looks right. And you end up with both large needles at bang on 0, both small needles as near as damn it as can be, because you're doing it too high. So, but they look about right. Next is make sure before you snap all these in, it's always worth double checking that they are all located where they need to be. The last thing you want to do is snap them in and one's just outside it and you snap it off. Okay, so that's that one in. And literally three at the bottom, four at the top. Go around them all, make sure they're all located. And there you have it. From kilometres to hour to miles per hour.